Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Let's talk spoilers now. If you haven't seen it already, check out my review. I think I gave it a fair shake. I talked about it for a while. Go check it out over there. Speaking of reviews, boy, people have been acting like assholes about this movie. Whether it's comments, whether it's critics, whether it's fans, it is extremely polarizing, and I kind of like that. Most people say it's end-all be-all, the worst. People are saying it's as bad as, like, Green Lantern and Batman and Robin, and I think that's a bit much. Because sometimes some of the consensus, some DC fans are really happy with this movie. And I hate to be the guy who's like, no, I'm kind of in between. But shit, I am. It was fun, but it did some things that I really didn't like, and it was missing some things, but it was fun. But it also, okay, so let's talk about what I didn't like that I couldn't talk about in my review for spoilers. Okay, so basically, it felt a little weird that Superman's motivation to go fight Batman was Lex Luthor being like, I got your mother. Like, I don't know. That felt kind of weird, for Superman to be like, okay, I guess I'll go fight him. Like, but then again, this Superman is a younger and naive Superman. I don't want to explain it all away. I didn't like that. What I did like in that scene, though, was when Lex Luthor tells him he has his mother and he throws down the photographs and it's like dawning on Superman. And they play like the music from when he was a kid in Man of Steel. It kind of echoes in the background. Ooh. Amazing touch. Super awesome. But then he goes off and fights Batman, and that fight was really great. I love that fight. People are saying shit about this movie, but I'm like, at least go. The fight is good. It's entertaining. It's well realized, I think, and it was a good time. What I didn't like was how it ended. I thought that was a little... it was a little iffy. It was a little iffy, and I realized more, like, it was dumb when I saw it. I was like, I don't know if I like that, but okay, fine, I could believe it. But I explained it to a friend of mine who didn't care about spoilers, and I couldn't not laugh while explaining it to him. Oh, I'm doing this for Martha. What'd you say? What the fuck did you just say? Martha? That's your mom's name? That's my mom's name. Let's be friends. And that was it. And of course, Lois Lane coming in the middle of the fight. No, stop. Don't fight. Really? Lois Lane, Amy Adams, you are the most annoying character in these movies. Stop showing up everywhere. But besides that, fight was good. I liked the fight. I also surprisingly liked the Doomsday fight. I really thought it was good. It was a CGI fest and it was crazy and there was a bunch of destruction, but it just felt a little bit more tangible and graspable than the ending events of Man of Steel, Also, Wonder Woman, again, totally stealing the show, kicking ass there. Really enjoyed that. They showed her do all her things, and then the lasso and everything. But can I ask you guys a question? What was with the Kevin Costner scene? I liked Kevin Costner as Pa Kent in the original, in Man of Steel, but here it was like I couldn't figure out. It was like, did Superman do this? Did he go on this journey up to another cold mountain in this movie, or was this a flashback from when he was traveling the countryside in Man of Steel? Or did he do that again? Or is it every time he's in a bad mood, he goes up into the mountains, grows a beard, and wears a hat and wears a backpack and just travels around? Whatever, but he found Kevin Costner, and I thought it was funny because it was almost like an exact version of Michael Caine giving Bruce Wayne Christian Bale like some story that sounds like it doesn't make any sense, but then it kind of relates to the plot. The size of a tangerine, Master Wayne. Alfred, what are you talking about? Like, it was like that, but it was like with Kevin Costner and Henry Cavill. But it was fine, I guess. And people were really mad in my review that I said that Batman kills people. They're like, that's a spoiler. You fucking ruined the whole movie for me. They didn't even acknowledge it in the movie. He wasn't killing anyone of any significance. He just happened to be blowing up henchmen and cracking necks, and like his Batmobile would shoot cars full of bad guys and they would explode. And that's... okay, like, I know that's not like the core of Batman most times, but it just would have been good if Jeremy Irons, Alfred, acknowledged, like, Bruce, you're taking it too far, and he's like, Alfred, I'm so mad because of what's been happening. I'm just fed up. I'm done. I've been Batman for 20 years. If they gave it a little something like that instead of just letting it be assumed or something, that would have been good. I do really like this Batman, though. I do like the moment where they showed him kick ass, like he beat up like 12 guys, Arkham City style. I thought that was really cool and really exciting. It's amazing that it came so late into the movie, though. I know like it made sense plot-wise, but I would have liked to seen that in the beginning. The first time you really see Batman, it's kind of weird because, the cops go into that like crack house or whatever, and they find the guy who's branded, and then Batman's hiding in the corner, like, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Batman doesn't usually do that. Batman's gone. Batman's the guy who, like, you say, oh, and by the way, Batman, oh, he's gone. That's what Batman does. But I really just appreciated the brute force the brute force Batman, and he was great. Honestly, Ben Affleck was the only character where I really got where he was coming from. I understood Batman's motivations as much as it was questionable. I kind of more or less understood it. He's conflicted. He's got issues. He's not exactly always coming from the right place with what he wants to do, but it's still, that worked for me more than anything else in the movie. While I really like the reveal of Wonder Woman, you know, that they show the photograph of her, it was really exciting. The music, the Wonder Woman theme is really cool. The rest of the DC stuff, like I could see DC fans getting really excited about it, but it just seemed kind of out of place and like way ridiculous, you know, where it is lazy. But I mean, how else could they have done it? How else could they have introduced these characters in this short of a time when they have to be in the next movie? You know, like it was like, oh, okay, here's the files. Okay, click, play this person. Click, play Flash. Click, play Aquaman. Aquaman looked cool as fuck, though. The only one I thought was dumb was Cyborg's. It just basically showed his entire origin story. And like seemingly Flash coming through a time portal, that was crazy. That was shocking. No pun intended. I didn't expect him to go that route, like to just go full on fucking crazy DC, like different Earths and travel universes and shit. But I was like, all right, cool. If that's what they're going to do here, fine. You know what? Do it. Go for it. And they did. And that's cool. It just was a little tonally inconsistent with the rest of the movie. And speaking of that, I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg. I didn't mention that in my review. I didn't like him as Lex Luthor. I thought he was kind of a failure. I did, however, like the scene in the end when he goes in the jail cell and he's like totally loony and Batman shows up and it's fucking terrifying. That was cool. And last but not least, killing Superman. When they killed Superman, I was like, holy shit. They're going for something totally crazy. Like, ballsy, like, all right, they're trying to shake it up a little bit. And then they don't commit to it. At the very end, you know, you see the dirt rising. He's alive. Okay. Problem solved. Then why did you even bother killing him? Why even make that a thing other than to go, oh, look, it's like Death of Superman. Which I will say the fight was cool with how it was like panel for panel. Like it was like he was dead and it just looked like the comic. But why? Why did you do it? You didn't have to do that. If the death of Superman is not going to stand any test of time or like measure within the story, then why do it if it doesn't affect anything, you know? But like I said, when he did get killed, when they did it, the whole funeral scene, really, really cool. It kind of felt like the Lord of the Rings Return of the King, how it just kept ending and ending and ending and ending. But I still really liked it. It was really cool. Now, ultimately, walking away from this movie, what do I care about the most? Just make the next DC movie, just make it balls out crazy DC. Don't try and make it like this, like, oh, deep, you know, just go for it. Just fucking go for it. That and oh my God, I want to see more Ben Affleck Batman immediately. He is great. I need more of that. That was the best part of this movie and I love it. I'm also a diehard Batman fan. But I like this interpretation. It's different. It's not perfect, but it's good. It's fun. So with all these spoilers and all these things, there's even more things and references to talk about. There's a little Green Lantern Ferris reference. Did you guys pick that up? I got excited because I'm the only person that still gives a shit about Green Lantern after that awful movie. But anyway, I do want to know what you guys think about all this spoiler stuff down in the comments. Let's talk about it. What was your favorite DC character reveal? Was it lazy? Did you like it? And what are you looking forward to next for the next DC movie? What do you expect, whether you liked or didn't like this movie? Let's talk about all that. But you guys know the deal. I'm Jake Baldino. You can like me on Facebook, you can yell at me on Twitter, and you can subscribe because video games.